Hi, hello, my name is Nefarious Vigilante, and welcome back to Our Struggle. It feels like it's been quite some time since my last upload. These videos do take a while to make, but I have been procrastinating in the meantime, I'm not going to lie. I did recently get a new computer, so hopefully I can get these videos out to you guys in better quality and in more quantity. So without further ado, let's get into our struggle. Today's topic is mental health. And I just want to say shout out to these people for participating. Shout out to Olga, Juan, Nico, Scourge McDuck Bliss the First, Teddy, Nazaya, Black Clout, Christian, Honesty, Mike Ben Trappin, and the 3 who stayed anonymous. So we got 13 people who responded this time. A lot less than our first episode, but this makes it easy to work with anyways. Of the 13 people who participated, we have 8 men, 3 women, and 2 people who identify as non-binary. So our first question is, what mental health issues are you aware that you have? Select all that apply. So 7 of you have listed anxiety, 3 of you have listed ADD/ADHD, 1 person listed bipolar disorder, 6 of you have listed depression, 3 of you have listed eating disorder, 1 of you have OCD, 1 of you have PTSD, 4 of you have listed none of the above, and in the other, somebody put, I have disability to secure the bag. I also put in this question dissociation disorder, psychosis, and schizophrenia. None of the people who participated have listed those. So with our first short response question, the question is, how does your mental health create complications for you? It's debilitating. I get ADHD paralysis daily, so as much as I want to get up and do something with my day, it makes me feel like I physically cannot. The depression and anxiety on top of that just makes it all 10 times worse. I can never seem to feel genuinely happy with anything, and social environments are exhausting to me. Although I've never experienced anything severe, nor have I been diagnosed with anything, I do have anecdotal experience. With the many people I have interacted with that have mental health issues, I can see how destructive and manipulating the effects can be. It's such a complicated thing that I never know when I'm gonna be in an episode or if I'm going down a bad path due to it. Broke niggas stay hating. Don't have any. My health problems can sometimes lead to me feeling lonely and or overly concerned where I don't have to be. Day-to-day stuff and motivating myself to sleep or eat. It makes it really hard to start, maintain, and keep friendships, relationships, and close family members. People get tired of me easily, or so my brain says. And with me being a social person, it makes me even more depressed. It also causes me to stop functioning in day-to-day life. For example, I was chilling with my friends and a bee came, so I literally freaked out and went home. My anxiety gives me such a fear of pain that something could not even be trying to harm me, but my brain says it does. Sometimes it's hard just to get out of bed or remind myself that I deserve to be alive. I certainly felt that last part. It's hard to open up and trust people, so making new connections is difficult. I am not in a normal state. I cannot think how I normally would. Because of my anxiety, I tend to avoid a lot of things. I lash out on people when I can't keep it under control, and as a result, I lost so many friends. I'm just mad nihilistic these days. It helps me take life more easy, but at the same time, there's this constant despair that none of this is gonna matter in the end. One of the most common things that you guys are mentioning is that it's hard to maintain your relationships and that you feel that your mental health is basically destroying them. So here I wish I had gotten more responses, because this question is, are you or anyone close to you on the autistic spectrum? And overwhelmingly 12 of the 13 say no. So only 1 person has some kind of experience or anecdotal evidence compared to the autistic spectrum. So this is reflective in the next question. So how does being on the spectrum complicate life for you or those close to you? And all of you say that it's not applicable, but we have 2 answers right here that can be read out, so I'm going to read those. I have friends on the spectrum who have to deal with masking around others constantly, as well as always getting overstimulated by their surroundings. It's completely draining for them. It makes me feel like a pizza box that people open and take whenever they want. So while it sucks that we didn't get that many responses, I would enjoy if anybody in the comment section is on the spectrum or knows anyone on the spectrum and you would like to share your experiences, feel free to comment that down below. Also, don't forget to subscribe. So our next question, what methods do you use to cope? Select all that apply. 1 person says they use prescription drugs. 5 of you say they use recreational drugs. 2 of you go to therapy. 3 of you have self-help plans, and 8 of you say that you raw dog reality, which is crazy to me. Of course, in other, we have one saying music, meditating, cold water. The next says friends and reading, and the last one says drugs, even though drugs is already on this list. Following question: do your coping mechanisms work for you, and how so? I don't really have a way to cope, so I'd say I'm just getting worse. The mechanisms I use are music and video games and social interaction. For the most part, they all seem to have served me well. For times where I feel like nothing helps, I tend to shut in and dwell on my current happenings. I'm still alive, so I'd like to think I'm doing well. Listening to them HZ sounds makes me feel more chill and deep breathing. Music and buying clothes and stress eating. Not healthy, so no. I feel more so like my anxiety is manageable, unless pushed by a close friend or romantic partner, so I'm able to raw dog reality, as you kids these days say. How old are you? Why would you say that? As these kids... Okay. Yeah, the reading helps me escape and my friends keep me grounded. It does kind of, but with everything there's downfalls. Recreational marijuana makes me think while being happier, and I started getting intrusive happy thoughts while high instead of bad ones. That led me to training myself to swat away negative thoughts while I'm sober, and I repeat the happy thoughts I had when I was high. Sometimes I isolate myself and give myself time to recharge and heal, so I don't have my mental health crashing down on me. It does, but I need something to help in the moment. Somewhat, it's kinda on and off. They kinda do, but I get so bored of them quickly. Yeah, the drugs are just fun to do and shit. Just come from a fire trip this morning. Okay, so we're now down to our last set of questions. These are concerning therapy. The first question is, have you ever been to therapy of any kind? 7 of you say no, 6 of you say yes. So it's an almost 50-50 split. Following question. Do you believe therapy is an effective coping mechanism? Would you recommend it? Personally, I can't say since I've never been, but from what I've heard, it's all about what kind of therapist you end up with and what their approach is. I definitely agree. Therapy is definitely an effective coping mechanism. To have someone able to break down and help you out with your issues is amazing. I definitely recommend it, even if you feel mentally stable. Absolutely. It just takes a while for everyone to find a way that works best for them. Yes, only if you want to change. Only if there's a need to change. Some people have no need to change, so when the therapist tells them the truth, they get butthurt because they can't see what they're doing wrong. Yes, therapy could be beneficial, and I would recommend it to someone genuinely lost or stressed about life. I believe everyone who feels like they're suffering with mental health issues should try a therapist at least once in their life. I would definitely recommend it. I haven't been, but I can't say till I try. Yes, I do, and I always recommend it. It personally doesn't work for me anymore, but I think it's good for helping you find out the roots of your problems, and it can help you cope with traumatic events. Yes, I would recommend therapy, but it all depends on the therapist you have. I would recommend one who you are comfortable with. Yes. Yes, it lets you vent about it, would definitely recommend. It will never 100% help you, and I've been doing it for a year. After many tests and the many times I've been on depression medication, I can say that I haven't improved but worsened. It's not for everybody. For me personally, no. My therapist made my dick soft about going to the sessions because I was telling this bitch how I wanted to kill myself so badly and she wanted to play Would You Rather. Stupid bitch sucked this dirty damn dick. Wow, that's an interesting way to cap it off. Of course, we can't have an hour struggle video if I read all your responses and I don't do it myself, so it's my turn. What is your name? Nefarious. Vigilante. I can't spell. Subscribe. Thank you. How do you identify? I am a male. What mental health issues are you aware that you have? So, I definitely do need to speak to a professional about this. What I know from the past is that I definitely do have anxiety and depression. There are a couple others that I would add, but I'm not so sure yet, so I'm not gonna add them yet. I am suspicious that I have some form of ADD, and I'm also suspicious I have some form of OCD, but I couldn't say for sure yet, so I'm not gonna click that just yet. How does your mental health create complications for you? I do a lot of overthinking, and sometimes I think too much. Sometimes I think myself into a pit, and that just overall causes things to be more complicated than they need to be. Are you or anyone close to you on the autistic spectrum? Not to my knowledge, so I'm going to put no. And I can't really answer this because I'm not sure. I'm completely ignorant to the idea. I'll say it again. If you or anyone close to you are on an autistic spectrum and you want to share an experience, feel free to do it in the comment section below. What methods do you use to cope? Select all that apply. I'm not on prescription. I do use recreational use drugs. I've been to therapy, not anymore, but I'm going to click that because I'm thinking about going back. I have self-help plans. And do your coping mechanisms work for you, and how so? Recreational drugs are just like for in the moment. That can lead to drug abuse, but that's a topic for another video. I do use self-help plans and I do use therapy. When I was in therapy, my therapy helped me realize a lot about myself, and I realized a lot of stuff that I need to unlearn, trauma I need to unpack, things I need to change about myself, things that are good about myself that I should let shine. And through self-help plans, I basically do the work into making those changes as I see fit. Have I been to therapy of any kind? Yes, I have. Do I believe therapy is an effective coping mechanism? I definitely do. I think anybody and everybody should go to therapy. There are definitely therapists out there who are only there for a paycheck, so that's why you have to kind of like, you gotta fish in the water to find the right therapist who actually seems to care about their job. Otherwise, like, it's not going to work if you don't get the right person. It's like going to a doctor, but the doctor isn't actually there to save your life. The doctor is there for a check, right? That's a bad doctor. You want a good doctor. Same with therapy. You want a good therapist, you want a good counselor, you want somebody who's good at communication skills and will actually help you out when you talk to them. And whether or not you have some kind of mental illness or not, I think therapy is a good option because everybody has something to get off of their chest. Alright, thank you all for watching this video. If you would like to participate in the next episode, join my Discord server. That's where I drop all these forms. It's called the Vigilante Hangout. Link will be in the description. And this is where I drop the forms. You guys fill it out. And from here, blah, blah, blah. We choose a topic. I read your responses. And that becomes the next video. So yeah, thank you for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and enjoy the next video.